In the desolate town of Schwarzburg, nestled deep in the German woods, whispers of a monstrous being had circulated for centuries. Legends spoke of Nosferatu, a creature of the night, a blood-drinking demon who thrived in the darkness. Few had seen him and lived to tell the tale. Chapter 1: The Arrival. Jonathan Krüger, a struggling artist from Berlin, arrived in Schwarzburg on a stormy evening. He had inherited an old mansion from a distant relative, Baron Wilhelm, who had mysteriously vanished. The mansion, an eerie Gothic structure, loomed over the town, its windows like empty eyes staring into the abyss. The villagers warned Jonathan to leave. "The house is cursed," an old woman whispered. "Your great-uncle was taken by the shadow." But Jonathan, a skeptic, dismissed the tales as mere superstition. Chapter 2: The Awakening. That night, as Jonathan explored the dusty library, he found a strange book bound in human skin. The title read, Nosferatu, der Schatten des Bluts, the Shadow of Blood. As he flipped through its pages, a chill ran down his spine. The book detailed rituals to awaken an ancient vampire buried beneath the house. Lightning flashed outside. A sudden gust of wind blew open a hidden door in the wall, revealing a dark, spiraling staircase leading underground. Heart-pounding, Jonathan descended into the darkness. At the bottom lay a massive stone coffin, its surface carved with eldritch symbols. Unable to resist, Jonathan lifted the heavy lid. Inside, Nosferatu's grotesque form lay still, his cadaverous skin stretched over sharp bones, his clawed fingers curled like a spider's legs. Then, his eyes snapped open. Chapter 3: The Curse Begins. Nosferatu rose, his sunken face twisting into a sinister grin. Jonathan staggered back, but the vampire moved impossibly fast. With a whisper-like voice, Nosferatu spoke. "You have freed me, mortal. Now, you shall serve my hunger." Jonathan tried to run, but the shadows in the room came alive, stretching toward him like grasping fingers. Nosferatu's elongated silhouette slithered across the walls, independent of his body. That night, the villagers saw a dark figure standing at the mansion's tower window. And then the disappearances began. Chapter 4: The Hunt. As days turned to nights, Schwarzburg was plunged into terror. Children vanished from their beds. Farmers were found pale and lifeless, drained of blood. The town priest, Father Ulrich, gathered a group of hunters. Armed with torches and silver stakes, they stormed the mansion. But Nosferatu was waiting. His shadow stretched across the walls, strangling men before they could scream. The hunters' weapons were useless against something that was neither dead nor alive. One by one, they fell, their blood painting the ancient stones. Father Ulrich, clutching a crucifix, managed to reach Jonathan, who was now Nosferatu's thrall. "Fight him," the priest urged. Jonathan, though consumed by darkness, fought against Nosferatu's control. In his final moment of defiance, he grabbed the ancient book and chanted the incantation written in blood. The ground trembled, and Nosferatu shrieked, a deafening, inhuman wail. The vampire's body convulsed, his shadow detaching from the walls. As dawn's first light pierced through the broken windows, Nosferatu disintegrated into dust. Epilogue. The town was saved, but Jonathan was never seen again. Some say his soul was taken in Nosferatu's place. Others whisper that his shadow still lingers in the mansion, waiting for the next fool to awaken the darkness. And so, the legend continues.